Hello, this is Eric from labofcoding.com. In this video, we are going to look at Python conditionals, which are used to execute statements conditionally. So we look at the if, elif, else statement, which is used to execute blocks conditionally by performing Boolean checks and executing code depending on the output of those checks. So I've opened Atom here, and I've also opened a file known as main.py. And on the right, I have opened the terminal. So the if, elif, else statement in Python is used to execute statements conditionally, and it starts with the if statement, and then you give the Boolean check. So if the Boolean check is true, Boolean test 1, in this case block 1 will be executed. But if that is not true, it will continue to the next check, elif Boolean test 2. And if Boolean test 2 is true, it will be executed and terminate. Otherwise, it will continue to the next elif statement, and it will check that test, and if it's true, it will execute that statement. And you can have many elifs as you want, and at the end is an else statement. So if all the checks were not true, whatever is in the else block will be executed. So I've created a simple example here, which is used to check if a variable is either 0 or greater than 0 or less than 0. So I've declared a variable x, and I've given it the value of 0. So using the if conditional, we are checking if x is equal to 0, we will just print x is 0. Otherwise, we will check if x is greater than 0, we will print x is more than 0. Else, we will print x is less than 0. So this is a Python file, main.py, and is located in the directory projects by Python. So to execute this using the Python command line, you'll say python 3 and then give the name of the file, in this case main.py. So we have initialized our variable x to 0, so we expect the output to be print x is 0. So we can run that. We get the output x is 0 because it has evaluated to true. And then we can set x, let's set it to a value like 9. In this case, it's greater than 0. So it will check the first statement. If x is 0, that one is false. It will continue to the elif statement. If x is greater than 0, print x is more than 0, meaning the second elif statement will be executed, and the code block within that statement will be run. In this case, we'll just print x is more than 0. So we can run that again. We get x is more than 0. And lastly, we can have a negative value which is less than 0. Let's say x is equal to minus 8. Then we can run that again, and then we get x is less than 0. So that is how you can use the if conditional to execute statements conditionally based on Boolean checks. Unlike other languages which uses curly braces to create blocks of code, Python uses indentation. So instead of curly braces, we just indent the inner block 4 spaces inwards, and that one will create a new block which will be executed if the first check is true. And then after the second elif statement, we have another inner block, and in this case we have also used 4 spaces. So it's advisable to use spaces for the creation of your blocks. Therefore, you should have for each inner block, you should have an indentation of 4, and it's recommended never to use tabs. So make sure that you have your inner block indented 4 spaces. If you're using editors like Atom or Sublime Text or Visual Studio Code, they have helpers that you can set your editor to be able to, whenever you're saving, to convert tabs to spaces, so that it becomes easier for you to make sure that you're using only spaces, and 4 spaces for that matter. So that's it for this video. We'll pick it from here. Thanks for watching.